Hey guys, thanks for joining me. So today I'm going to do a video on fur. Yesterday I did a video on leather and I just wanted to do a follow-up. The leather industry, if you guys haven't seen it, I'll link it over there in the eye or down below. And I just really want people to be more aware of what they're wearing and what impact it's having on the animals and the planet at large. So I'm just going to read off my phone because it's really convenient. So fur fact 1 is electrocuting fur-bearing animals anally or genitally is an agonizing slaughter method used frequently to limit damage to fur. New York is the only state in which this inhumane method is illegal. Living in New York, this is definitely a thumbs up for my state. But again, just the fact that it happens, just the fact that these animals are tortured so much, it's disgusting. And this is literally rape. This is literally putting something in another being's body that the recipient does not approve of. It's rape, it's slaughter, it's murder. Fur fact number 2, 85% of the fur industry skins come from animals who were captive on fur factory farms where they are crammed into severely crowded, filthy wire cages and then later skinned alive. Skinned alive. And their life before that wasn't any better. They're forced to cram themselves into a tiny tiny cage in which they barely fit, and oftentimes they're not even alone. They often have to share very minimal space with many other of their type, and of course afterwards they are skinned alive. It's disgusting. It's just like the leather industry. Fur fact 3, there are no penalties for people who abuse animals on fur farms in China, which is the world's largest fur exporter, supplying more than half of the finished garments in the United States. So China is a huge exporter of fur, and China is where these creatures get tortured so much. It is the prime factor of this torture. So why are we giving money to companies to torture animals? Why are we paying our hard-earned money for torture, for rape, for the manipulation, mutilation of animals? Why? And the fact that no one gets punished because they torture them on fur farms is just ridiculous. If you torture an animal, you should be punished for it, no matter where you do it. In fact, just doing it itself should be banned and illegal everywhere, not just the United States, not just New York, but everywhere, worldwide, all the time. Fur fact 4, 1 billion rabbits are killed each year so that their fur can be used in clothing or for lures in fly fishing or trim on craft items. How ridiculous is that? 1 billion rabbits. People are always saying, oh my god, these rabbits are so cute. And what happens to rabbits? They are murdered for their skin. It's disgusting. Fur fact 5, in China, more than 2 million cats and hundreds of thousands of dogs are bludgeoned, hanged, bled to death, and often skinned alive for their fur. So again, China is a really big exporter of fur, and more than half of the fur industry is from China itself. That's how big it is. That's how big the fur industry is in China. And it's crazy how we revere cats and dogs in the United States, but in the rest of the world, they're just another animal. And while we're on this, it really breaks my heart to see this. A couple of days ago, I was waiting for something, and I saw I saw a little, paper, a little petition kind of thing to help dogs and cats. And I think to myself, the people who probably hung this flyer probably are meat eaters. And why do we place such prestige on dogs and cats, but we slaughter, manipulate, rape, and torture the rest of the animals? Why is that okay? Why is that a decent thing to do? It is heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, and I really hope that people make the connection, because that's just awful. Fur fact number 6. Fur farms harm the environment. 1 million pounds of feces are produced annually by U.S. mink farms alone. One dangerous component of this waste is nearly 1,000 tons of phosphorus, which pollutes nearby rivers or streams. So exactly, this is not just about the animals. This is about the environment at large. It's about everything. Your decision of buying something that was made by a mink, let's say, is harming the environment. Your phosphorus is just on the rise because of mink farms, because of mink feces. And why do we even feel the need to wear it? Why don't we just stick to fake leather, fake fur, and fake everything? Why not? Fur fact 7. Fur farms in the U.S. are the only sector of the animal agriculture unregulated by the federal government. That's disgusting. So the federal government does not care about fur farms. They care about everything else. They care about everything else in our lives, but they don't care about these animals. Fur fact 8. After an animal has been slaughtered, his or her skin is treated with toxic chemicals to keep it from rotting and decomposing in the buyer's closet. That's probably the last one I'm going to read. If you want the rest, I will link it down below, but let's just talk about that fact for a second. It's dead skin. So people need to preserve it so well. They're basically embalming it simply so that it doesn't rot in the closet that the person is putting it in. It doesn't rot in the hangers in the buyer's closet. Isn't that so ridiculous? And we pay for this. Why are we paying for something that's dead and something that is full of chemicals, full of disgusting stuff? Why? And it seriously breaks my heart to talk about this. But again, it's a very important topic that I feel like we must discuss. We must bring out in the open. So I hope you guys found this video informational. It certainly was the intent, and I hope that if you have something that's made up of fur or leather or some other harmful thing, you guys will either give it away or never buy something of the kind again, because it is torture. So I hope you guys give this video a thumbs up. Please do. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new and you haven't already. It really helps my channel grow. Subscribing is free. And please comment, and I will see you next time. Bye.